May I request you all to be kindly seated and switch off your mobile phones, please? Ladies and gentlemen, now we will begin with our second panel discussion. The topic for the second panel discussion today is Indian banking, thrusts and challenges. I would like to draw your attention to the screens wherein the key issues to be discussed in the panel are displayed.
The government is taking steps to help the Indian banking sector grow both organically through financial inclusion, new banking licenses, and inorganically through consolidation of banks. These measures are providing important trusts to the sector. Even so, the sector continues to face its traditional challenges of bad debts, slowdown in credit growth, and poor corporate governance. Through this discussion, we aim to get insights into the opportunities and challenges faced by the Indian banking sector.
We are privileged to have with us Dr. Shashank Saxena. Dr. Saxena is an economic advisor at the Department of Financial Services, Ministry of Finance, and is involved in the formulations of financial sector policy and legislative reforms in the banking and the pension sector. He has also worked in the areas of formulation of agricultural price policy, capital markets, external commercial borrowings, and state finances in various central ministries. He is an Indian Economic Service Officer from the 1987 batch, has a degree of MA in Economics and LLB from University of Allahabad, MSc in Macroeconomic Policy Planning for the Developing Countries from the University of Bradford, United Kingdom, and PhD in Agricultural Economics from Dr. B.R. Ambedkar University, Uttar Pradesh. We would like to felicitate Dr. Saxena with a green certificate sponsored by Saintries. We welcome you, sir.
We are also pleased to have with us Mr. Biswaketan Das. Mr. Das is presently the General Manager, Network 2 at State Bank of India. He joined SBI as a probationary officer in 1987 and has served in various capacities since then. His previous assignments include his stints as a Deputy General Manager for Portfolio Management, Custodial Services and Compliance, Global Markets. We would like to greet Mr. Das with a green certificate sponsored by Saintries.
Thank you.
We welcome you, sir.
We are delighted to have with us Mr. Sugat Bhattacharya. Mr. Bhattacharya is a chief economist at Axis Bank, a respected financial expert with more than 15 years of experience. He is often quoted on a variety of monetary policy and financial market issues. He joined the Axis Bank in September 2005, and since then he is responsible for providing decision-making support to the business units, macroeconomic views to institutional and individual clients, and segmented analysis of banking trends for the retail business. Before joining Axis Bank, he served as the Group Manager, Business Research and Economic Planning at Hindustan Unilever. He has also served as a specialist in the Policy Advisory Group at IDFC. He was a member of the Finance Ministry subgroup on estimating foreign savings for the approach paper for the 12th five-year plan. He holds a master degree in economics from the Delhi School of Economics. We felicitate Mr. Bhattacharya with a green certificate sponsored by Saintries.
Thank you very much.
We welcome you, sir.
We are also proud to have with us Mr. Nikhil Sahni. Mr. Sahni is Senior President and Country Head, Government Relationship Management and Strategic Advisory at Yes Bank. He is responsible for managing the bank's relationships with all the government entities that include state, central and state PSUs, ministries, local state bodies and authorities. He and his team focus on cross-selling of all wholesale banking products and services with significant focus on cross-sell of liability, trade, debt capital market, forex and corporate finance product offerings. He has over 15 years of experience across various domains of banking sector. Prior to handling these important government functions, he was heading the branch banking function at Yes Bank. He was responsible for managing and executing strategic initiatives at Rabo India Finance before joining Yes Bank as one of its first employees. Prior to Rabo India, he was a part of the corporate planning team of Bennett Coleman and Company Limited. Mr. Sahni completed his postgraduate diploma in management from the Indian Institute of Management, Ahmedabad. We felicitate Mr. Sahni with the green certificate sponsored by Saintries. We welcome you, sir. Now, I request Dr. Shashank Saxena to moderate the session and begin with the deliberations.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My panelists on the dais, Swagat Bhattacharya, Mr. Sahni, Mr. Das. Before starting the discussion on the agenda, let us start from the first things. Why do we discuss today the banking sector reforms and the current crisis and what we need to do to address the crisis? As a student of economics, you must be reading about the current economic literature, the theoretical and empirical evidence on financial sector development and the place of banks in the financial sector. As you are all aware, now the empirical studies have conclusively proved that the financial sector development, differences in financial sector development explain a large part of differences in growth rates of economies. The financial sector development is not only important for the economic growth, but it is also welfare enhancing in the sense that it increases the access to financial sector for a large part of population, especially in India, and the linking of this excluded sector with the financial sector is actually welfare maximizing. The financial sector development, if we look at, it could be decomposed into various pillars. We could have the institutional environment, business environment, financial stability, banking financial services, non-banking financial services, financial markets, and financial access. If you look at the role of banks in India, I have a small piece of data on structure and sources of usage of funds by non-financial firms in the CMI database, and it explains that the proportion of banks in the financing of these non-financial firms has, in fact, over the last 10 years or so, has increased. So that puts in context the responsibility and role that the banking sector has in the financial sector development. If you look at the source of the current crisis, we have to go back and see what happened during the period immediately before the crisis started. The period of November 2003 to 2008, September 2003 to September 2008 is the period of credit boom. And so much so that the credit growth reached almost 40%. And after that, after the global financial crisis, there is a decline. And it continues to decline. Why? Because what we find is that the many non-financial firms have actually experienced credit stress and decline in the profitability, which is the one measure is called interest cover ratio. And if you find now, the situation was pretty bad in 1990s and 2000, when the credit, more than one third of the corporate sector was in the difficulty, where the interest cover ratio was less than 1. and it increased, the interest cover ratio increased and it rose up to, and almost 15% of the corporate sector was in credit distress as against 1/3 before the credit boom. But after that, again, the balance sheets of the corporate sector is in distress because the interest cover ratio of less than 1, the almost 30% of the corporate sector accounts for this group, and almost 20% of the bank are exposed to these types of firms. And the credit stress has also